Hello everyone, this is Glasgow. Welcome to the first video of my channel. That of course isn't my real name, but my gamer handle. I've decided to finally make a YouTube channel. My plan is to make this a variety channel to include opinions, gaming, real estate investing, and repair. But for now I'm limited to what I can do, so for now I'll just be doing political opinion videos and load a couple of my mobile home videos I have already until I can get more content made in the future. Now for the reason for the ski mask here. Well, I don't want to be put as a stereotype, and I want to be considered as an average American, and I hope that I can be a voice for many of you that feel you don't have a voice, or you just don't feel like making a YouTube channel. Now, with all that said, and not to ramble on, I want to get started on my first video on my political opinions and reviews. Now, of course, I'm going to start off with the general election and the reason why I am supporting Donald Trump for president. First, I want you all to know that I am an independent, and that I have actually voted across every party line for several years. The reason I'm voting for Donald Trump is that he is clearly the better choice. Is he perfect candidate? No, of course not. But he admits he's not perfect. Hillary is clearly corrupt, like most politicians. Let's be serious. And I have a really long list of reasons she isn't fit to be president. And it gets longer every day as more and more things that we suspect she did but couldn't be proven are now being proven. She lied about Benghazi, which I knew her and Obama lied about from the start when it happened. She's done repeated play-for-pay activities, even when she tried to cover it up by them playing Bill instead of her. Come on. The Clinton Foundation has been found to be corrupt, which I have known for many years. I figured that out easily when it was discovered that only 10% of the donations actually went to charitable goods. 90% go to what they call administrative or office use. No. That is not a charity. It really isn't the only foundation that does that. There are many. Any charity that doesn't give up over 60% of the donations to charity is not a charity. I'm sorry. It is that simple. So, what does Trump have against him? Not much, really. Come on. So he talks bad about some people. Big deal. Everyone talks bad about somebody. Everyone gets on him for calling out Rosie O'Donnell, calling her names, or not liking her. So what? I don't like Rosie O'Donnell either. And I didn't like her long before Trump started ragging on her. And I have said worse things about her, believe me. Same thing with McCain. I can't stand the man, even if he did serve our country and was a POW. That does not give you a pass on the fact that you suck as a senator. That's the main reason I didn't vote for him in 2008, and I voted for Obama. Of course, in 2012, I voted for Romney, because Obama sucked. And even though I despised Romney, I know he had to be better than Obama, who screwed us. They want to make a statement that he went broke in the 90s. Well, many wealthy people did. And look, he came back. Made his empire even stronger. Not many did. Dems and Hillary have even come, and some turncoat Republicans make a big stink about a 90s leaked tax return that he claimed nearly $1 billion loss, and most likely claimed it for years, though they don't have any proof. Oh, he might have claimed it, but we don't have no proof. Number one, doesn't matter. So what? That is the tax law. Fact is that many wealthy people take those types of deductions. In fact, Hillary herself took the same types of deductions in 2015. Look at her tax record. And so did many of her billionaire friends. Hell, so there's nothing there to me that says he's using law to his advantage. just like they are. But at least he admits it. He has always said that he pays the least amount of tax possible. I don't know anyone who'd want to. Would you want to pay a lot of taxes? No, we all want to pay cheap taxes. Quite frankly, I don't care about his tax returns, just like I don't really care about hers. Because I already know what most likely is on them. There are a lot of deductions that us low-income common man, we can't take. I don't care about that because that's been the factor for many years. Many years. So there's nothing to get angry about there. Any of you, or anyone, who does, just needs to grow up and realize that's how it is. I'm not saying I agree with it, but that is the way it is. Trump was also right in the latest debate to point out that about Hillary's buddies and main contributors do the same things. He should have mentioned that. She does it as well. Some are mad at the nasty comments he said on the bus. I'm not. In fact, many people who are realists realize that it's how us men, that's how we talk when you women aren't around. You know what? And I have to admit, I've been around worse. I've said worse. And you know what? I've been around women who've been worse. So, sorry ladies. That's how we men talk when you're not around. Including your man. And as far as these assaults that have been being reported here by the mainstream media, I knew they were fake from the beginning. The first was, the tip-off was, that the leak had gotten out by the Democrats and some of the Hillary camp. That the Hillary camp was going to do this. And that the leak came from the insiders of the camp. That they let the leak out because they didn't want to be part of these lies. It was just going to be used to tarnish and let Trump lose in the polls. And after the election, the women would retract their statements and would drop their cases. Hell, they admitted themselves in private. They wouldn't be winnable. None of them. Not one of these cases would be winnable. Not one. In fact, I believe they already tried this earlier this year in Texas. And that case was thrown out by the judge because it was found to be false. And, you know, and this also brings up the fact that this was a similar tactic they used back in McCain back in 2008. Which at times ran an affair story, which later they retracted after Obama won the 2008 election. And thankfully for the smart Americans, which seemed to be the Trump supporters, we didn't bite on these stories and seen right through them. So since Trump didn't lose a lot of momentum, this was a failed attempt to tarnish him. What amazes me is that they keep trying every week or every other day to bring someone new out with a case only for them to be shot down as a fake. I mean, come on, at some point in time, you have to realize your little tactic is not working and you're wasting money. The American people aren't that stupid. Pretty much, all of them have been debunked by now. So what's left to do on him? What's left on Trump? Nothing that matters. Oh, he's not conservative enough. Or, he's not a real Republican. So what? You've had 2 conservative Republicans the last 2 go-rounds and more than 16 primary candidates that didn't make the cut. I'd say those arguments sail a long time ago. The fact that a couple of elite Republicans are still trying to peddle these arguments are the same ones that have continued to lose and even laid in bed with the Democrats. Their words, they mean nothing. Oh, he only won a minority of the vote. No he didn't. In fact, Trump won more votes than the last 2 guys did in the primaries. If that is a minority, well, what did you say the other 2 guys won by? You and all you guys were too stupid to get out of each other's way to try and stop it. Quite frankly, I don't even think that would have worked if you did. Now, I will admit that Trump doesn't help himself by continually attacking these issues all the time while not talking about policy, which he should be doing. And I believe that he's learned his lesson and is now doing just that, speaking policy. Reason is, Hillary can't beat him on policy, on almost any policy. And her camp knows this. She should know this. His policies are better than hers because she has strapped to her donors. His tax policy is better for all Americans because it'll put more money into each of our pockets across the board. I know you could use more money in your pocket. I know I am. I could really use more money in my pocket. His tax plans eliminates a lot of the BS in the tax codes. Hers doesn't. His goes to 3 brackets. Hers goes to 7. His actually has 4 brackets, but the lowest bracket pays nothing in taxes, which he should be enforced. I mean, I think the lower incomes would benefit and go to him. But they ain't paying no taxes. Now, wait a minute. Before anyone gets all out of shape, the current low income pays no taxes anyway. Due to so many of the deductions they get clearly already, so it doesn't matter. He's just bringing it to the light. You know, a lot of people didn't know this. But he brings it out there. His is just fair for everyone in comparison to hers. You know, she likes to say she's going to tax the wealthy more than him and her brackets, which is true, but she's also taxing everyone else at a higher bracket, at a higher rate. And that's what the mainstream doesn't tell you. How she's even let it slip? She's going to tax the middle class. It's right there for you, folks. And to give you something to think about in regards to her tax plan, do you really think that they're going to pay all that money? No, they aren't. They also have the same loopholes to go through. And I'm surprised if they get more loopholes. They're her friends. They're her buddies. It will then be trickled down to us lower brackets who will have to foot the bill. And this is common sense. You don't need a degree to figure this out, people. Come on, use your head. Both of their plans will cost the federal government money at the start of the first year, so his plan puts more money in our people's pockets. Or will do the most good. Most of the real business people say that Trump's plan is better of the two, as it will stimulate the economy faster. And here's what. She wants more government spending. He wants less, overall. She wants more federal oversight. He wants less. She wants more federal workers. He wants fewer. As who has more of the Americans in their heart and mind. Just look at their conventions and see how they look. The Republican convention, American flags were all over the stage. The Democratic convention, on the first plate, they didn't have a single flag. They had to be shamed into getting American flags on there. The Republicans had a full color guard. That's right there, people. Look at that presidential debates. He wore an American flag pin at every one of them. She didn't wear anything. Not a flag, nothing. Nothing American. You know, so come on. This should tell you where everyone's going. And it should tell you who has the best interest in mind. And that's clearly Donald Trump, not Hillary Clinton. And you can see that with the crowds they draw. He draws thousands. Tens of thousands. And she can barely scrape a couple hundred to 1,000. And the only time she does is when she has someone else who's helping her. Like, say, Obama. And, so, come on. Well, I'm going to make some other videos more on these here in the future. And this is getting a little longer than I wanted to do. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum limit. So I hope you liked this video and learned a little bit about each candidate. Like and subscribe down below. And I will see you next time.